So here we have a function of t, and we're going to take the first derivative and then the second, and then we'll see if we can take the third derivative and so on. So the first derivative of this function, and this looks like a 1, f of x equals 1 over x. F prime of x would then be negative 1 over x squared. So this is something we could use, or just take it as 1 minus t squared whole to the negative 1 and differentiate it like an x to the n. Either way, you'll get the same answer. So here we have a 2, we leave that alone, times, and then we have a negative 1 over 1 minus t squared the whole squared. Where is that coming from? The d by dx of 1 over x is negative 1 over x squared. But remember, the inner function is not an x, it's a 1 over x. So we go d by dt of the inner function 1 minus t squared. So since these two are multiplied, the negative and the negative make a positive. So that's a positive 2 over 1 minus t squared the whole squared. And then we multiply it with the derivative of 1 minus t squared, which is negative 2t, because the derivative of 1 is equal to 0. We simplify this to get negative 4t divided by 1 minus t squared the whole squared. And that is h prime of t. So we've simplified it completely. What we have here is the first derivative of t. So now we're going to go higher, and we'll find the second derivative of t, h of t. So the second derivative of h of t, we can get it by differentiating the first derivative of h of t once again. So we find the d by dt of h prime of t. Now what we have here, notice that the numerator is a function of t and denominator is a function of t. So we have to use the quotient rule, and that is 1 minus t squared whole squared and then a whole squared. We square the denominator, and the denominator is what's in here. And then we go denominator times the derivative d by dt of the numerator minus the numerator, which is negative, times d by dt of the denominator, 1 minus t squared the whole squared. So this is equal to 1 minus t squared the whole squared. D by dt of t is 1, and we are left with negative 4, and these two are multiplied together. So it's negative 4, 1 minus t squared the whole squared. The negative and the negative become a positive 4t. D by dt of 1 minus t squared the whole squared. So we're going to differentiate with respect to t 1 minus t squared the whole squared. So it's something squared. So it's going to be 2 1 minus t squared to the 1 times d by dt of 1 minus t squared. The whole divided by 1 minus t squared the whole squared, and we'll figure that out in a minute. So this is negative 4 1 minus t squared the whole squared plus 4t times 2 1 minus t squared to the 1 times d by dt of 1 is 0, d by dt of t squared is negative t squared is negative 2t. The whole divided by 1 minus t squared to the 4th power. We multiply these two powers. a to the m whole to the n is a to the m times n. So this is equal to, so now we simplify this further, minus 4, 1 minus t squared the whole squared. So we have a 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16 t squared, and it's a negative 16 t squared times 1 minus t squared, the whole divided by 1 minus t squared to the 4th power. Now the rest is just simplification. And what we're going to take is a common factor. So we have a negative 4 as a common factor, because negative 4 goes into negative 16. And then we take 1 minus t squared to the 1 as a common factor. So we have a negative 4 and a 1 minus t squared to the 1st power. And then we factor that out. So we're left with, out of the 2, 1 remains, the 4 is gone. So we have 1 minus t squared to the 1 minus, I'm sorry, it's a plus because minus 4 is factored out. So we have 4 and then t squared. The 1 minus t squared to the 1 is also gone. Whole divided by 1 minus t squared to the 4th power. Notice this is to the 1st power, this is to the 4th power. One of the 2 get cancelled. So we have negative 4 and then 1 minus t squared to the 3rd power. 4 minus 1. This 4 minus 1 is 3 because the base is the same. So we have 1 minus t squared plus 4t squared, and just one more step and we'll be done. Negative 4 times 1 plus 3t squared divided by 1 minus t squared the whole cubed.